today we're going to be playing some Skellige Self-Wound. Now, I wanted to run the buffed Artist since he did get that buff, and at 10 provisions, he's much easier to fit into decks, so we're going to slot him in here. And then as far as the rest, nothing else really got changed that I want to be testing in here, but we're going to play the Self-Wound. It should do pretty well against decks that just spam Seagull, which is pretty common, unless they're playing Pirates, because the armor on their other units will absorb the damage, but the Seagulls themselves will die. So it should be pretty good at dealing with that. As far as the rest, pretty standard. I did end up cutting the Draco Turtle and Care Troll Day to run the Artist and Stacking Consistency card, but I think that should be alright. We are running a fairly solid deck here. The only thing we're a little short on is removal. We have one Heat Wave, and we have one Deregri. That's kind of it, unless you're going to count the Newt the Catalyst. You can get rid of 5 power stuff fairly easily, but beyond that, it's kind of... You're asking a lot if you want Newt to keep going. Although if he keeps going, you usually win. So that is the deck. Pretty straightforward. We're going to add in the Fanatics and Drakars. The Fanatics, Drakars, and Berserkers are 4-vision units. We have Berserker and Fanatic. Both can come off of the Artist. And pretty much all of our units, other than the middle ones here, so like Priest, Deregri, and Newt, are the ones we don't really want to get hit by. And Svalbard, I guess, aren't hit by Artist, but everything else is fine. So we should go in here. I'd like to open up with Artist, kind of mess with the opponents round 1 a little bit, and then the new normal self-wound stuff with the little 2-card combos, and kill him with a Svalbard. So that will be our idea. Should work out pretty well. This deck's kind of always been pretty good, and we should see if it still holds up today. It should be pretty good. I've always really liked this deck, although it is kind of hard to play. Gizlian playing some... Ooh, this should be interesting. Now, this is a full Thrive deck. We should do pretty well against it. But I've also seen a couple of Relic decks, so someone may have made a video on that. Usually what happens, someone streams, makes a video on a specific deck that's pretty popular. And we do some pretty good wide punish with Svalbard. That being said, we have to get to that spot where we can use the Svalbard and have a round 3 still. So I think we probably don't need a Mahakam Ale here. We're running the 2 Ales for Purifies. You don't have to, but I think they'll be pretty good here. And then we are going to be putting back one of these guys. We're going to pull them off of the Artist, not really draw them. Don't think we need the Pellery once again. Although if he's playing... Now we'll put this back. We'll go with this. We just open up with the Artist. Artist is quite good if it's Relics. Let's grab the Artist right away.
The strong devour the weak.
Blocks against Riptide, and I guess we could get Predatory Dived, but I'm not concerned about that. I'd rather... I think we just use this anyway. Car and Priest go together. I don't think we need another Fanatic. Open up some good points there. Hopefully mess with them. This is going to be Thrives. Artist is not nearly as good against this, but it's still fine. The cards he wants to play that thrive, the small thrivers, are going to get hit pretty hard. Oh, we just still playing Renfri Thrive? I guess we still are. Well, that's unfortunate. We just ruin everything. Not much we can do about that, but we'll throw down the Priest here then. The thing is, he went for Skellige, and Skellige doesn't even have the most movement options. Yeah, so it's still just Renfri Thrive. Okay. Guess we're still doing this. Still doing this. So we have to lock a Koshchey and deal with the Caranthiers Koshchey too, which means we are in a lot of trouble. I find it hard for us to win this round 1 unless he decides to pass here. Which he's obviously not going to. We're gonna need to just throw points on the board here. Alright, that does get him to pass, so that is good. We're gonna Caranthier Koshchey this round. He might be playing some Harpies. And then we're gonna have to just, I guess, slam the Svalbard here. We do get the Oneiromancy back, so we have that option. Or we don't need the option. This hand is incredibly good. This hand is such a good hand. The only thing we're missing is these two. We can Oneiromancy this, and then save these for round 3. Problem is... going to have to do something with this round still. Let's block the Riptide. It's probably a Geralt, but if we can block the Riptide, it might make him use it. Here comes the Highwaymen. Ballblood will deal with those. But we might not even need him because we could do the Berserker. Knut the Callous seems quite good here, if it looks like Olgierd's going to stick around. But I want to get the full value of 5 from his order the turn we play him. So that's a good target, so we'll do that then. I think we'll try and save this and this for round 3. We'll use the Knut here.
Let's take the measure.
The Knut threatens a lot, right? Because it threatens us to have damage on board to answer the Renfri and the Koshchey. Well, you might, both Koshcheys. So, it threatens a lot that he has to deal with. If he does end up just going with his Geralt to kill the Olgierd, we can throw down the Sigvald. There's the cat. Now, we could just bring back the champion, or we could bring back the Artis. I don't really want to bring back the Artis, so I think we just get the champion points on board.
What do you need?
We're now 26 up, so he's going to start having to do his Renfri and Koshchey. And apparently he has no answer for the Knut the Callous, and we're just going to kill everything and win. Alright. Who is Fatal? No idea. Ah, some Nilfgaard. Now, if this is Nilfgaardian Knights, which got really tall, we are kind of lacking in the tall punish department. However, it could just be Mill, it could be Clog. Who knows? Those are popular with Toussaint. By the way, for those of you wondering why we're not playing Seagull, I'm just tired of it. It was kind of fun to play with Seagull for one day, but I'm not using it more. Just like abusing an obviously broken card at this point. And that's not something I encourage. Against Nilfgaard, it might be worth keeping that. It goes tall though. Probably not against his deck. Do we have anything we want to play before Artis? Only the Priest. We'll just open with him.
The strong devour the weak.
"11 points of tempo is quite nice.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
Not you. I want to play Drakkar first. Probably go Priest next. Although we'll get hit down to 1 and boost up to 3. It'll be quite easy for him to answer. No, now it doesn't. We had to use a lock on that. That is really good for us. Probably do want to Spores in this matchup. Assassination time? No decree for another lock? Ah, there's the Sandor.
Oh, the things we accomplish together.
I think we just brick the False Siri. We haven't played a tactic, but I think we just take it out of our deck. I don't want to give him that combo later.
The good of the Empire, that is what matters.
And we don't have a way to boost it, but we can kill it with the Sigvald next turn.
Nilfgaard will conquer these lands. With our aid or without it.
Now we can just go in here with the Knut the Callous.
Maim, kill!
Knock that down a little bit. Kill off the Ciri. He might boost this back for us. There's the Heat Wave, naturally. I think we Heat Wave his Sandor. Right now, he has nothing in our deck for Abduction. He's gonna go tall on that and then punish with Ivar next turn, probably. Ivar. Nothing we can do about that. He's probably winning uneven.
The Empire will be victorious. Wars are won with discipline, my lord.
Yeah, there it is. It's on the top of his deck. Of course it is. Of course he finds it there. Well, let's see. We're getting 5 points if we pass. If we play a card, we get 5 points. It's the 34. We are 17 short. We could go Svalblood. Svalblood doesn't get any better than this, because in this matchup, he wants a short round with few units. So we will just try and deny that. We are up on up still here. We can drop this, which should force him out. That's our plan. Drop this. That should force him out. If he doesn't leave, we don't mind playing a Spores here. Let's unlock the Svalblood. Okay. I think we make him play his last card. I think we could also play this, but I'd rather not. We don't need the charge. Make him play whatever's left. If it's Abduction, it's bricked, which is our best case here. Got the Abduction, nothing leader. Which might be what's about to happen. Yeah. Bricked Abduction, so he has the leader. The fact we got leader for that, it's okay. He's going to want short rounds here where he goes tall. We want many units. We don't want anything that boosts, really. That's not ideal. Should pass. He wants last say. Obviously, he banished our Knut the Callous, which is really good for him. We've used our tall punishes, so if he just has, like, Bakala and tall units, we are in a lot of trouble. Those are really not what we're looking for.
Continent folk will never understand.
Our deck does not do well against his without this. I think it's Adrian's Destroy, okay.
Time for a rematch, Lady Yennefer.
Fine. Just have to lock this, though.
Is in harm.
Guess it's just Hyperthin. Hyperthin Knights? Something. He's unbricked his he's unbricked the Abduction. We could play that Deregere. Question is, do we play the Deregere? I would like to lock something with the Deregere, so I'd like to play this, then hope he plays like Milton, and then we go for the Deregere. It's a little greedy. But we hope he plays greedy too. Hopefully it's not the abduction. Okay, it's not. Considering this setup here, we definitely brick the abduction. That's our play.
I do not mince words on principle.
It's not going to be enough to win, but it's our only chance at winning. Close. We don't do well against these decks that want us to go tall. Hololoo playing some Frost. This is a matchup that is very heavily in our favor. Because he has 1 Destroy. And we have Olgierd and Sigvald. So those should just be an immense issue for him. And he has no locks, so. You'll think he has his movement control. I guess Riptide, but those two do not care about Riptide at all. We should be able to win a round with one and then with the other, theoretically. And those should give us the game. Because we'll be able to bring one back. I think we open Olgierd, and he's going to have to just open up, destroy it, or just kind of give up on it. Obviously, Artist does nothing, because he's going to open with Aristocrat with the Crystal Skull, then he can move it, but we could try for an Artist round 2 maybe. Or if he doesn't open Aristocrat, we've got something we could do. They almost always do. Conquer? Okay. We will then do the Artist. I know this doesn't do anything. He's going to move it with Frost. Do any if we put this here? Then he'd play Ardgaith. We will put it here. If he goes Ardgaith, we could put something in both rows and the Artist would survive. He's going to move it. But now it's protected from the damage.
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long.
This is good. Question is, do we do this? I think we do this. He's gonna have to move that too. If he moves with Bruiser, he doesn't get the 2 damage. Yep, moves with the Bruiser for no 2 damage. Get our Priest going. We can grab our Knut the Callous if we want as well. Boglet. I think we'd grab our Knut the Callous here. He most likely is going to be doing a Ardgaith next turn. I'd like to work on that. The Foglet if we can. And we need to extract some more value from this Olgierd. Plus, we have the right in hand to bring him back. Sigvald should do a lot. He's going to have to do the destroy, okay. That's fine. Put a Drakkar here for some protection. For when he plays the Ardgaith, which he should. Or he's going to pass. The Frost does not like losing uneven. Yep, there's the Ardgaith. That is fine. Go with this. The Frost is going to hit the Priest now, which is annoying. Also note, he drew his Winter Queen. I've been saving the Dregery for it, but he drew it. It's in his hand. Or he's not playing it, which is Incredibly unlikely. So he has it in his hand. Is he counting? He gets 1 point on turn end of his. We block 2 damage to get a point on the ship. And we take 2 on the... Yeah, so we're ahead because we get effectively 3 here. This is neutral. Matching with this. We win on even. We'll take a win on even. Against Frost? You don't see that every day. And he's used his Destroy, so Sigvald should be uncontested. He's at the... Well, there gets the... That gets us at the Sigvald. Gets us at the... Can't talk. Gets us the Sigvald. So this should... Kind of want that, actually. We want these two. Good redraw. This is nice, we don't need it. Just open up with this. Pretty resilient to his Frost openings. This is a matchup I hate to see as Frost, just because, like, what do you do? Can't kill Sigvald. Can't kill Olgierd. And if they have Draco Turtle as well, like, what are you gonna do, really? You really have to rely on the Foglets then. And then you go Tall. And they don't always have Tall Punish, but just feels like a bad matchup. The other thing that's really good for him is if he's playing Toad Prince. We also know he has a Winter Queen still in his deck, so we're going to save the Red for that. But Toad Prince hasn't been that popular in Frost lately. At least in my experience. He grabs it here, he'll be very happy though. Or Riptide might be okay here. And disconnect. Alright, he saw 2 bad choices. Gus Ternalia, he's just leaving. Okay. He really doesn't have much options here. We're just going to 2-0 him most likely with Sigvald. But he doesn't want to see it out. I don't know what he would have seen where he picked Ternalia though. Like Golden Child maybe, but you would just play the Golden Child for tempo. Maybe Oberon. You'd still pick the Oberon, you wouldn't just throw the Ternalia down. Yeah, we didn't have many disconnectors last season. At the end of season summary, you guys saw that. We're already up to as many this season as we had all of last season. Pachakotech? Something. Probably some more Hyperthin Nilfgaard. Some more. I don't know if we have any others in this video, but a lot of this last season with Renfri. And seeing it this season without her, too. This hand is missing a Priest. Against Nilfgaard, I kind of like having a Peller. We are missing a Priest, though. Alright, we're not saying no to this hand.
The strong devour the weak.
Problem is, this hand's almost too good. Right, we're gonna have to play golds this round. It's probably gonna be Drakar, Vildkaro, hopefully he passes. Does depend on what he's playing. I'm guessing he will pass, because he didn't answer the Artis. And Vildkaro we don't mind playing, because we can write it for a bunch of points. This could go badly for him. Yeah, we just play the Vildkarl. He should pass. Could be Construct Nilfgaard. Probably is Construct Nilfgaard. It's down 20. We have an Artis out. How do I feel about a 10 card round 3 against Constructs? I'm debating a pass. We probably don't take a pass. Yeah, we probably don't. Kind of want to try for it, but if he has Vilgefortz, you know, we should just grab a Priest, really. Not great because he gets hit by Artis, but probably our best play. To not play our golds. If he plays anything here, though, I think we will pass. Probably will pass then. Yeah, because he needs 2 cards. And we just give it to him. Go for it. Down 25, you got 2 cards. Snowdrop Leader does it, but you don't have that later then. Or then we're still looking at, what, 4 more points? 6 more points from Priest and Drakkar. You're hitting everything hit by Artis still. Alright, he's gonna have to answer the Artis. Fine. This is good. He's gonna mess up the Artis and the Priest. This is really good for him. Still down 15 though. The big construct payoff, the Colossal, is only going to be 13. He's going to have to leader. Yep, there's the leader. And play down to 4 still. I guess if he has 2 mage assassins, they don't hit Drakkar, he's fine. Or Artis or Priest. B4, no, it's still not fine. Alright, needs 9 more next turn. You should be able to do that at least. Ten card round 3, no leader though, is a lot different than 10 card round 3. Yeah, there goes our construct. Don't mind this. As long as we keep an answer for Colossal, we should be okay. And he also can't do what they want to do, which is usually shuffle back something back in round 2. Could shuffle back round 3, I guess. Actually looking for a card we want to play here. That's one. We'll take the round 3 extra mulligans. These decks tend to rely on the constructs for damage and control. Which means Olgierd and Sigvald should be really hard for him to deal with. No heat wave. That could pose an issue, but I don't think it will matter too much. You do just have really good setup here. We have an Ale for an unlock. That just plays for like good points then for him. Would I rather go Olgierd? Would I rather go Sigvald first? I like Olgierd first because it's better reach on the Callus. Let's just get the 5 and kill the Colossal. I just gotta play around it. Don't put 3 things next to each other. Let's play that. Don't use this order yet. He's got his stuff in his hand. Double cross. I do like double cross in these decks. Let's also just play the Sigvald. We knew what we'll do next. Debated doing it this turn, but I don't really want to hit into this because it just makes Olgierd get points that he doesn't get. I'd rather save this to just drop on the Colossal. But considering we have the Sigvald out with the Vial here, we can do that as well.
It is merely an illusion, though granted, strong and skillfully inspired.
Scars are all the trophies I need.
Do want to play him here.
Maim, kill!
That's something we want to get rid of. And we just make it really hard for his Colossal Ifrit to get value at this point. That's our plan. There's the lock. You have an unlock. It does boost him, but he still has his order ready.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
I'd rather do this. There's the living armor. Bring up for that big Colossal Ifrit. Do this to set up the Canute again. Now he has to kill the Canute with the Colossal. Then we can bring him back with Right.
What do you need?
I kneel to Svalblood and Svalblood alone.
We should be all set here. Oh, Archivist as well. That's a bit of a surprise. But he's not living, so bye. Play Deregere here.
The golden dragon.
The Svalblood finisher will do this. Primordial. I guess the last one? Don't know his last card is. But we definitely use this before the Sigvald. Then we want to spawn. We're taking more damage than we're doing at this point. We just don't want to take the damage here. We don't want to give him the wolf back. I guess we have to give him the wolf back. Whatever.
I'll do what I can.
GG. Didn't expect the Triss. The Triss could have gone really badly for us. Melantrop, I guess, with the 1. A shield wall. Spores is going to be good here. We have a Margarita. Guess we could keep both. The nice thing about Ale is you can always put it on Sigvald to make Canute do more damage. Since we don't have him, we'll put it back. I'm gonna go Drakkar, Priest. Open like that, I think. Oh, we're playing against students.
Say you live like princesses.
Let's think here. We have Canute. We have Olgierd. Just play those.
Death holds no surprises.
I need sleep. Another test. So soon.
Cursed are the meek, we see.
We actually want to keep the these two. This can ping off a shield from his leader, and this can also remove a shield so we can kill it with Knut. And if he gets really tall, the only time it's going to happen is if he's already winning from having these students live. But we should be able to stop them here. He should just pass, I think. Because our setup here is too good. So he gets no students set up. So 2 and 2. We have to aggressively set up this round too. Just want to stop the students. Like Sigvald. Artist would also be pretty nice. He gets us to much lower reach on his stuff. Oniromancy. We don't have right though. Makes this a little more awkward. Let's open with this. We have the heat wave, the Leticia. There she is.
With dignity. Just my lady.
Let's remove it. And then we're looking at much smaller students. That much is for certain. Shani, bring back.
How did I fare, Miss Seven limbs, blood, and gut this time? Yes.
Fit 3. Our options here are pretty varied. I think what we want to do is Oniromancy the right to bring back Knut. We can work with him. And this this champion can work with those. Get rid of some stuff.
Your arrows shall fly straight and ever strike your foes. The goddess protect you from all evil.
Keep those there. And that's GG, yep. And we just shut him down. What's he gonna do? That one's all on Knut the Callous. And that's the problem with the Alumni decks. If you don't have answers to these cards that are so potent, you just run out of issues. Like, you just run too many issues. Jean, or Jean? Jean? I'm not a French speaker. Christophe, 85. The Winter Queen in Scoia'tael. Interesting. What are we looking at here? Really want to play those off of Artis. As far as the rest of this, okay. Not really. Priests are alright. The problem we're going to have is if he's playing a deck. Actually, I want this. We can boost something with Knut. The problem's going to be if it's a heist deck. Heist or traps are both problematic. Traps less so if we get last say. So we can hit all the transformed guys. But if it's heist or something, looking at some issues. I'm going to start with Priest and Drakkar as usual. Actually, not as usual. We don't always do that. Sometimes we open Artis. Trap. What a surprise. This dies to Incinerating. We don't want to play Incinerating. Don't think we need this Heller here. Do we play around Incinerating Trap? We just don't. The only thing we could do is play Knut. You go to 2. I mean, we just might as well play into it. We know it's Incinerating. Oh, it's not. Look at that, us being wrong. Happens pretty frequently, actually. We make a lot of predictions, a lot of things end up being wrong. So he's going to poison that, that's fine. We have second Priest. We have to try this out at some point, the Mantis. I don't think we direct. Directory is not great. We don't have great plays.
Our world is in harmony.
But considering this is probably Serpent, concerned about playing specials.
War criminal. That's what they call
I guess it doesn't have to be. We've got Canute and then these kill stuff.
Let's take the measure.
We can keep our stuff small by using the value from Canute, so they don't get punished as hard by the probable Serpent Trap. Although it could be the one that spawns the 3 guys too. You do not want him with the last say. If we get last say with Swell Blood, we should be set. That's just our goal here, is to get that. Problem is going to be, our hand's not great for it at this point. If Canute lives, we should be okay. If he dies, we're going to have some issues. So 2 or less, that's okay.
For the daisy of the valley!
That is what it is. It's not great, to be honest here. He's winning on even. Don't have anything great for that. He just might win on even. What do we do here? Gotta heat wave this trap, but what do we do? I mean, Priest still does give us points. It's just not many points. We take down 2 cards here and play hard round 2 if he passes. He's not going to let us though, is he? No, he's not going to let us. Could heat wave the trap. That doesn't really get us anywhere. No, he's got it. He's got what he wants. Yeah, I didn't think he played that one. He played the crushing. Wow, we got destroyed. Okay. To be fair, we didn't have any tempo cards this round, but completely destroyed. Well, let's see if we can do better. Problem's gonna be his last say transform is gonna be unstoppable. Obviously, that's a problem. We kept this just to throw down here. We could obviously do an Ironmancy, but it would probably get. If he can't get squirreled, he'd probably just. I don't really want to. This is also not. This is also pretty good if we're gonna end up playing Small Blood and Totems. Problem's gonna be round 3. We miss all of his units because they're all gonna be traps. Now he just won that round with that. That's impressive. We just don't want specials. I guess we can't play around that though. Serpent Trap. At least there's Small Blood. We do have 2 tutors. This and I want to redraw still. Not great. Plays into Serpent if he opens Serpent. Probably should have waiting for incinerating, or maybe he'd play the crushing or the pitfall. I think we just open with it here. Our only real win condition is a giant Sigvald. I think maybe our only win condition. Okay, we got the Serpent anyway. That's good. That is pretty good. I think he's won, like, at this point already. But maybe he doesn't draw as good cards. It's like, we don't really interact with traps. I don't think we could have won round 1 with our hand. Surprising. Usually this deck can handle most stuff. That's probably a way to win. I guess, I don't know how we would have won round 1. So he's gonna spawn guys, like, we just don't, we have the Eldain coming out here. We just don't have any options. Because the Spellbolt just doesn't do anything to him. Huh. I guess we should have heatwaved his face down trap round 1. We probably the heatwave a trap this round as well. If this doesn't flip here, it should be the spawning elf ones want a heatwave. So I think we heatwave it. Because if he spawns those elves, there's one more trap activated and a whole bunch of points. His 2 turns is crushing. We have to hope we got the right one there. Incinerating is pretty brutal to us.
The goddess protect you from all evil.
And there's Gambit. So that one is sticky situation. We have no way to beat the Eldain. We have to feed this to the incinerating.
Not to stop me.
It's gonna take our Sig Vault here, and that's GG.
Time for you to die, Dwarf.
Completely destroyed. Unfortunate. We have to win round 1 here, and our hand just did not win round 1. We're gonna spawn another guy still. Obviously, he's just gonna win with Eldain.
For the daisy of the valley.
Nothing we can do.
These trees will be your gravestone.
We just had to win round 1, and we couldn't. Which is quite unfortunate. Neffy. Firesworn. We should match up quite well here. The only downside is we have 1 Sig Vault. We can bring it back, which is a potential play to bring it back round 2. Spores we kind of like here. It's pretty good. What are we looking for most, though? It's, well, obviously Spellbolt, but we also want to find our artists here, I think. Not gonna have locks. I guess we could Peller and then lock a Fallen Knight. Might be worth going for. No Ulrich openers, nice. Play this Fallen Knight now. Yep, so we'll Purify, then lock it.
In the order's name, I confiscate these goods.
Fighting spirit, what need ye to flee this world ever free?
Bribe's quite good for him, but we're getting into Knut the Callous range. Where we can start shutting stuff down with that. We'll do next. Play him next. There's very little control in these Firesworn decks normally.
This positively reeks of heresy. Maim! Kill!
So hopefully the Knut can shut down a lot of stuff. That is the idea here. If not, and he kills it, probably shouldn't. Could grab our Olgierd, which I think would be a good play here.
I'm in no mood for jests.
Want to shut down the spawning. Makes the DS E-Ray, the Sacred Flame all worse. And we'll play the second priest next.
Never a problem 4 inches of steel couldn't solve.
Gonna make his Cyrus. Oh, no, he's making Fallen Knight. Interesting.
Come at me.
It's gotta go to 6, or else it dies to Knut. Okay. Didn't go to 6. Got 2 priests ticking. We should be set here. DS E-Ray. Still down. I'm perfectly happy playing a Spores, but I'd rather wait 1 turn. I think we do it here anyway. So we can have the reach to get rid of this easily. We have these 2 priests ticking, which should be sufficient. So there's the win. Nice easy round 1 win there. Questions, what do we go from here? I think we just go long round 3 and last say a small blood and we just blow everything up. That should be our best case here. And there is the small blood. So we just go long round 3 and small blood him. Should be good enough. No reason to get greedy and push. You probably even want to just save the totem for second to last say as well. Just so he doesn't have the option of proccing it early. Hey, there it is. Means we can get a heat wave. Heat wave. It's a Cyrus.
The fire cleanses.
We would like to kill the Cyrus.
You confirm your guilt.
He has our Fallen Knight could bring back, so we want to remove the Cyrus. Do we just heat wave it? Nothing else actually kills it. Can't let that sit there. Can't make another one.
How low we have fallen.
Going Fallen Knights.
The strong devour the weak.
Only thing that's going to be an issue here is we need to get stuff into Knut the Callous range, but that's going to be hard. So Von Hurst. So we need to get stuff into Knut the Callous range. But since we can do damage to stuff, we are in Knut the Callous range. Let's grab him. He doesn't have a cleric, so it didn't use its ability. Love to see it. We can do a Champion of Svalbard next turn. He'll trigger on his own, then we can kill maybe one of the Fallen Knights.
Not worthy of its light.
Probably not, because it's going to be a crime. This will spawn. But we can work on them. Get them smaller.
Is nigh.
Try to set them up to die at least.
The tongue can conceal the truth. The eyes.
Artis is doing a lot of work here, actually. We can kill that.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Pretty easily.
By denying penance, you confirm your guilt.
Just in case you can get more coins.
Glory to Svalbard!
And this last say should pretty much seal things. We should have used the Knut order there, by the way. Kind of forgot. Just waiting for the Svalbard to win the game. Should be Gregory, I would imagine. Problem that's gonna flip everything for it's gonna flip our guys. Or he's not going to. Okay. Weird. Anyway. Goodbye. Whatever. Guess he figured we're gonna kill it anyway. Which is true, but it didn't matter. Self-wound for you guys. Always been a pretty solid deck, and Svalbard does just answer wide things quite well. Things like the seagull spamming, if that's what all they're doing, is spamming more seagulls and crow messengers. Stuff like the Firesworn you saw there near the end, kind of blew that out. Anything that goes really wide, we can do really well against. The only downside here is you want to find the little combos, right? You want to have your Sigvald and your Knut uninterrupted. You want your Olgierd or Knut uninterrupted, stuff like that. So that's the only downside. Overall, though, it's always been a pretty strong deck. And the question for me here is having Artis good? Like Artis Decree, I think we could also, instead of these, run the Kertrolde and the Draco Turtle potentially, which are quite strong. Like Draco Turtle and Kertrolde are really good. Kertrolde in particular because it clashes with Sigvald, clashes with Draco Turtle, and Draco Turtle obviously just takes the damage from Svalbard, turns it into points. So those are quite good options as well. I think Artis, it felt like Artis did alright. He felt pretty decent actually, which is the first time I think I can say that. Previously, we've used him and he felt like he was a little bit of a hindrance. Here he felt okay. Might just be as well the metas we're going into, we can get some value from him, but he felt pretty decent. Overall, I think I'd still prefer the Draco Turtle Care Trollday in here, but this didn't feel too bad. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching. We had some fun with this one. Definitely got some interesting games today, and we will see you next time.